The following is a world-class Bullshitters exclusive.
Today's video is brought to you by me, Jeff Hicks, and my new book, Tits and Art. Tits and Art, or TNA, is my new annual project. It's a big 11 by 17 full-color book busting out with beautiful women and beautiful art. Signups are live now, and the campaign begins on September 9th. It's only live for 30 days, so I can guarantee delivery by Christmas. Sign up today, link in the description below. So I saw this photo of Keke Palmer as Rogue floating around the internet. The photo is whatever, but the conversation around the photo is the real story. We're living in Ghostbusters times. Don't know what that is?
Old Testament, Mr. Mayor. Real wrath of God type stuff.
Exactly.
Fire and brimstone coming down from the skies. Rivers and seas boiling.
40 years of darkness, earthquakes, volcanoes.
The dead rising from the grave.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
So now that we're on the same page, let's talk more about Keke Palmer.
All right. This chick is toast.
Or not. This is the photo. Again, it's whatever, but in the words of Admiral Akbar, it's a trap! This whole conversation is one big trap to track racism. The last few years have been ugly. The culture war that's been discussed online has reached a new level of stupidity. People have begun looking for new ways to flaunt their virtue. One of the dumbest ways is to get hyped over these terrible casting choices. You see it everywhere. Look at The Little Mermaid. People got so excited that it was about time for a black mermaid or something. Is it ever time for these things? Is it time for lunch? We get excited for that? It's become a badge of honor to be so progressive that your tastes have devolved into whatever your political party believes. That's how they get these people on the internet to eat up whatever lame stuff they come up with next. If you want a portion of your audience to eat up a turd wrapped in bacon, you have to convince them that it's a left-right thing, or a virtue issue. People love to feel good. They love to feel good by their entertainment choices. People love to feel like they're making a change, but they don't want to do much work. So they act like this, and think it's enough. They don't even have to like what they're championing online, just as long as it lines up with their ideals. That's why the last 7 years or so have sucked in entertainment. Crap gets made because it pisses the right people off. It sucks. It's like the inverse of Morbius. That got re-released in theaters because of the love of the internet. We saw how that turned out.
It's Morbin time.
One of the most recent properties to cash in on pissing off people was She-Hulk. Professional artists like Boss Logic would make art to antagonize fans who didn't like the twerking. That's cool, art is supposed to get people talking. I'm an artist myself, and that's why everyone is talking about Tits and Art. Tits and Art, or TNA, is my new annual project. It's a big 11 by 17 full-color book busting out with beautiful women and beautiful art. Signups are live now, and the campaign begins on September 9th. It's only live for 30 days, so I can guarantee delivery by Christmas. Sign up today, link in the description below. She-Hulk is the same thing. People getting pissed off means they're talking about the show, but then articles like this pop up. It's the same thing with Keke Palmer as Rogue. People may talk, but that's where this all ends. Talk doesn't always equal dollars spent, and pissing off the audience that's going to actually pay isn't a smart move. Do you enjoy going to a restaurant and having the server call you an asshole? Do you enjoy dining at an establishment where the chef glares at you while you eat? Probably not. That's why Dick's Last Resort went out of business for the most part. Angering your audience never works. Look at Star Wars. Piss off the fans and the films make less than the one that came before it. It's a law of diminishing returns. One can hope they're about to change the record, but this track keeps playing. It's so fucking repetitive. Stop! Outrage, outrage, outrage. It's all about outrage. How do you know the outrage fairy isn't some crazy glue sniffer? He sneaks into your house once and that's all it takes. Next thing you know, there's money missing off your dresser and your daughter's knocked up. I've seen it 100 times. Now the outrage monger, he's not getting anyone pregnant. It's all so tiresome, but it's just a big trap to get you to speak up, then be called a racist or whatever the hell they want to call you. Don't fall for it and don't play into it. Ignore it and it'll go away. Play into it and you'll get The Little Mermaid. I've seen so much outrage online over The Little Mermaid casting, and I'm going to say something I commonly do in my private life but never here on the channel. I hate The Little Mermaid. End of statement. Guys out there bitching online, unless you're doing it ironically or trolling, just stop. It's lame to bitch about The Little Mermaid. It's The Little Mermaid. Man up and bitch about something else. You're embarrassing the rest of us and yourselves. Outrage marketing is at the point where people are fighting over The Little Mermaid. The world is falling apart, but hey, let's focus on the redheaded erasure and get pissed off that Disney is hurting the legacy of a film you didn't care about in the first place. This is all a response to the other side of fucking with established and beloved characters. It's political and stupid. Your voting record and your disdain for Ghostbusters 2016 have nothing to do with each other. Not wanting Black Rogue or Professor X doesn't make you a racist. The people trying to equate them are the assholes in this scenario on Reddit. This all feels like a big game or a bad dream where some giant hand in the sky keeps moving the chess pieces but fails to realize this is a game of checkers and the players don't follow the rules, even if they agree with them. The flip side of the outrage is the disingenuous virtue signaling, which is just as nauseating as the constant, baseless outrage. I look at an artist like Lizzo and think, is she popular because she's good, or does society push her because she's big and we're in the middle of body positivity 97? This screws with my perception of what's great because the narrative around the artist is more important than the music. Look at Prince. He changed his name to a symbol, he was eccentric to the nth degree, but his performance level was off the charts. Is that the case with Lizzo? I can't tell. The press only praises the superficial elements. And I'm getting the same feeling with Rogue. Based on the logic of the comments, Rogue is just a haircut and a jacket. Aren't we in the middle of this appropriation shit show and how my culture is more than a haircut? Is this the real issue, or do we only treat white characters as replaceable? You know the answer. It's also interesting how fan casting is looked at. Fan picks like Tom Hardy as Bond or Scott Eastwood as Wolverine are always shot down, but Chris Rock as Jesus, there's money there. The press only focuses on the changes that will get them clicks. That's why it's been a decade of Idris Elba as James Bond rumors. It's encouraged to tear down and change up classics in the name of progress and give hollow alternatives. These hollow alternatives will be protected because of the desire to appear virtuous in today's world. It's like that social credit score in Black Mirror. I have 61,174 virtue points. Praise me, Seymour. Oh yeah? Well, I liked Keke Palmer as Rogue. Top that, bitch! So folks, what do you think of this whole stupid situation? It's just fan casting to the nth degree, but I don't care about the fan casting and the commentary on the actual casting. I care about the conversation around it, the big picture, the big problem. It's all a bunch of bullshit, and it keeps coming up all the time. And now it's become a trap, a big old trap. So folks, I have 3 questions for you today. 1, what do you think of Keke Palmer playing Rogue? I think I made it pretty obvious in this video how I felt about it. 2, who do you think should play Rogue in the next X-Men film? And 3, who's your favorite Little Mermaid character? Is it Alfalfa or Spanky? I'll never tell mine, but he's the bird that flies in and takes him to Australia. And while you're down there commenting, give this video a like as well if you wouldn't mind. It really helps us here around World Class Bullshitters. So now it's time to get out of here. Folks, I have some exciting news. I'm about to go meet with my agent. Yes, my agent. I'm out here. I'm crazy. I'm going to do it as an actor. I've talked to my agent, and I'm the perfect fit for the biopic of Queen Elizabeth. I will be playing the titular role. Yes, I'm a man. Yes, I'm American. But it doesn't matter, because I feel like I'd be the perfect fit to play Queen Elizabeth. Tits and Art, or TNA, is my new annual project. It's a big 11x17 full-color book busting out with beautiful women and beautiful art. Signups are live now, and the campaign begins on September 9th. It's only live for 30 days, so I can guarantee delivery by Christmas. Sign up today, link in the description below.